Hello again. So this video is the second part. The first part was the knitting of the body or head, whichever one you want to call it. I call it the body. The body of the octopus. And he is on the playlist Squiggly Squad. So there's more of them. And in the playlist, I've basically been working on a prototype, and this is where I've got so far. What we are going to be doing now is crocheting the disc. So that will be this video. And then tomorrow or the next day, I will get on to making the legs because it's getting a bit late. I also need to stuff it once it's done and add the eyes. So there are a couple of videos still to come. I wrote out the pattern and then as I realized there were some things missing with the red pen, I added it in. This is a work in progress. So we came up to this part here in the other video. And now we are on the tentacles. If you want to take a screenshot of that, I will be adding obviously with the red pen, but for now, that's a screenshot. So even though it's labeled tentacles, it's actually this bottom disc to complete the circle. That's where we are now. I have set up the bottom. I've set up the side on the body. And with my crochet hook, if I can just find it. I can't find it. I've literally mislaid it in the last 20 minutes. How's that possible? I don't know. It could be anywhere. Looked on the floor. Looked everywhere for it. So another 2.5. Grab this one. Now the pattern says there are 34 V's on the body. Use these for the first row of the disc. How did I find there were 34? When I made this squiggly, is that I counted them. So let's see if there's 34 in this one or 35. It really doesn't matter. But once you've worked out how many there are, then you know what you're dealing with. So I put a place marker in. And I'm going to count around. So that'll be 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, and there's a little tiny one there, so this one's 35. Let me zoom in a bit. Row 1, single crochet, this is US terms, into each V. Slip stitch to the first single crochet. Once I've come all the way back, I'm going to slip stitch to the first one. So I want to start off with my color. In this case, it's going to be the same. It's going to be a blue. I am going to make a little slip knot just so that I have something on my hook to start with. And off we go. I'm working with the right side facing me. I'm not going to work exactly where this join is. Come on, pattern, where can I find your place? Okay. Where this join is, I'm going to work a little bit off to the side. Just go in, come out, and single crochet. Single crochet. So it's going right over the seam. I want it to be under tension. I want it to be stiff so that the stuffing will stay in. Making sure that I catch all the plies of yarn. Find a nice position, get comfortable. So yeah, it doesn't matter if they are 34 or 35 or 33 or 32 or 36. We are decreasing with each row. The important thing is to pick up all the V's and to join when you come to the end of the row, join neatly with the start so that the stuffing will stay in. Just checking here to make sure I'm not missing any V's. No, fine. So I'm going to slip stitch. I'm not going to slip stitch into that slip knot. I'm going to tuck him away. I want to go into that first single crochet. There we go. This guy here, for now I'm going to tuck him in. Just a little bit later I will sew him away. I just need to have a couple more rows of blues so that I can do that. So I finished my first row. Row 2 says here chain 2 and then work in half double crochet. These are US terms. Decrease over next 2 V's, then 1 half double crochet in next 2 V's, all the way around. So it's a decrease over 2 V's and then 2 without decreasing. So I chain 2 first. This is a step up. See where the V's are, decrease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, hang on, it's a half double crochet, means I wrap first. Go in for the first V, go into the second V, pull the yarn all the way through. Now I'm going to make 2 half double crochets. I go into the next V, half double crochet is wrap, fetch the yarn, and then pull all the way through when you fetch the yarn again. Wrap, fetch the yarn, pull through, fetch the yarn, pull through all 3. And that's a half double crochet US terms. Decreasing, wrap, fetch the yarn in the first V, fetch the yarn in the second V. Now you've got 4 loops on the needle, on the hook. Go and fetch the yarn and pull through all 4. Now you've decreased in the half double crochet. Next one, half double crochet, next one, half double crochet, then decrease. Wrap, fetch 1, go through the next one, fetch another one, got 4 loops, and pull through all 4 loops. So it's basically that pattern all the way around. So 1 half double crochet, another half double crochet, and here's the decrease. One double crochet, another double crochet, should say it out loud because for a moment there I was like, where am I in the pattern? Okay, so one double crochet, next double crochet, and decrease. It's a bit late, but I'm still doing the video. One double crochet, another double crochet, and then decrease. One double crochet, another double crochet, and then decrease. This is not a precise art. I'm just going as I'm going. So for instance, I started the row with a decrease, now I'm going to decrease again. So you think, well, that's not really perfect, but it is what it is. I am going to squeeze a double crochet in there because I don't want to have a gap. Even though it is the base of the chain, I'm still going to squeeze a double crochet in there. And then I'm going to slip stitch right at the top of the chain. So I'm kind of leaping all the way over. It's a bit tight, but it is what it is. Slip stitch. So that is the end of row 2. So slip stitch to the chain 2. Row 3, chain 2, then I'm going to decrease over the next 2 V's, same as above, and then 1 half double crochet in the next V, and go all the way around. And in theory, I should end up with 18 V's. Whether it's 18 or 19 or 17, it doesn't really matter, as long as it's more than 15. So chain 2, and decrease over the next 2 V's, and then I'm going to make a half double crochet in the next V. Then I'm going to decrease again. This row will go very quickly because obviously there's less stitches. I make 1 half double crochet, decrease over the next 2 V's, and another half double crochet in the next V, decrease over the next 2 V's, a half double crochet, next V, decrease, hop. Sometimes it happens, you lose a ply, you just drop it all and start again. Decrease. You can see the rows going very quickly. Yeah, drop all the plies. Start again. Coming to the end there. It's been a half double crochet. There's still a space at the base of the chain there, so I'm just going to make another half double crochet in there. So I'm not left with a hole. I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the chain. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many V's I have, because what I need is 15 V's. So let me start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 17 to 18. If I want to get to 15, I need to decrease 3. So I'm actually over there. Row 4. Row 4 is worked continually until I can't make any more. Then I'll cut the yarn and sew up. So how do I do this? I start on the back part of the V, and then I make single crochet decrease in 2 V's all the way to the end. So there will be no single crochet in 1 V. Basically, I'm making a decrease over 2 V's, but I'm using single crochet and not half double crochets. So I'm not using half double crochets, I'm using single crochet now. I will need 15 of these little chaps for my, I call it the wall. I'm going to be building a wall later on. So how do we work into the back of the V? So there you see is your V. There he is. The V has a front loop, front section. It has a back section. It creates the V. What we are going to be doing is we're going to be working into the back. Chain 1, because it's a single crochet. Just a step up. But it does, when I come back here, I'm just going to continue. I'm not going to be stepping up. So I'm just chaining 1 for now, just to give it like a slight step up. Then I am going to be working in 2 V's to decrease. But this V is already been used. So I'm going to go into the next one. And what I do is I go into the front loop. No, sorry, into the back loop. Sorry, I need the front loop later on my wall. Go into the back loop, fetch the yarn, then I go into the next one, go into the back loop, I fetch the yarn, and I pull it through. Why do I think I'm missing a row here? No, it's fine. I'm being silly because I'm using the front for my wall. It's fine, fine. Don't worry, everybody. Let's continue. So now we're going to decrease over the next one. You slip into the back V. You fetch the yarn. Go into the next one. You fetch the yarn. Now you've got 3 loops on your needle, on your hook. Fetch the yarn, pull it all the way through. Decrease over the next 2. Go in. Fetch the yarn, go into the next V, the back part. You have to just turn it a bit to see. I feel like I'm missing a ply. I am missing a ply. Fetch the yarn again, pull through all 3. What it is now creating is creating this decorative ridge here. I'll be using that later to build my wall. Okay, so first, the second one, fetch the yarn, pull through all three. And I'm going to continue like this until there is nowhere else to go, which means like I'm working in a spiral, like the shell of a snail, till there will be nothing left. Fetch it, pull through. One, two, pull through. It's a bit fiddly, but it's not unpleasant. It's not unpleasant fiddly. One, two. And as I know it doesn't take long to do this, I don't mind a little fiddly for a few minutes, because we very quickly come to the center. Before you know it, we're going to be there. Just see how far you can go. There'll come a point where your hook won't find anywhere to work in. See, I'm almost there. Whoops. Let me see. Yeah, I'm happy with that. See, look there. Pull it over. So I'm going to cut a small tail, 10 centimeters. I'm going to pull it through. I'm going to work it away. I just realized that I'd not worked away the other tail. You can work it away any way you want. It really doesn't matter. You just basically want this little hole to be closed. I've got a sharp pointed needle. That's what I've chosen. Doesn't matter how you do it. You can use a blunt one, you can use a sharp one. I use the sharp one so I can go into the fibers, because as I go in, it will catch the fibers, which is what I want. Closing up that hole. The last one on here, and then I feel now it's officially closed. And now I'm going to work in. Put my finger back in because I don't want to catch. I don't want it to catch the white or anything like that, because it will be a disaster. When you come to stuff it, you won't be able to, because you've worked two walls together. Now what I do have to avoid, so you see we have the shape of a shell. Do you see how it's going around? That is where I'm going to be building my wall for my tentacles. So we have come to the end of the building of the circle, of the ball. You can stuff this now, and even if you didn't add tentacles, he would be a little ball. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to come out somewhere else. But because it's a chenille needle, it's really gripping the fibers, which I'm very happy about. Cut it off there. So that one's done. The other one, this little chap, I didn't work him away. You'll see how inconvenient it is now to do that. It would have been much easier had I done it at the time. You find out where he starts. He starts over there. I'll just take him to the other side. Because all I want to do really is just, I don't want to cut him short, but I don't want him floating around, because what happens if he pushes against the white, when you stuff it, you'll see the blue through the white. And you really don't want that. So you can't leave him floating. He needs to basically be positioned behind the blue. So that's what I'm doing now, which I could have done earlier, but I had forgotten. That's fine, it's good enough. You're now officially finished your ball. As I said, if you stuff him, you'll have a beautiful little ball with a mixture of knitting and crochet. But we are going to add tentacles. I'm going to end this video here because it's already 26 minutes long. So I'm going to end him. And I can get started on the tentacles.